Welcome to Say Like a Champ, episode 250. It's your boy A-Dub.
Your boy Striz. What's up, SLAC family? Welcome back,
What's
y'all.
good? Welcome back to another week in sports. And we're going to be celebrating episode 250 today, which is pretty dope. 250 weeks in a row. We're approaching almost 5 years. I think it was like September 3rd of 2019. So lots to celebrate, but we definitely appreciate y'all rocking with us and being a part of the show week to week. We couldn't do it without you. So thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
We got Pops in the building. We got Stephanie Washington as well. We got Moms and Grace and dropping on the comments. And thank you again. Like I said, you guys are a big part of the show. We love to have you guys as part of the show. And also, we have been seeing our numbers on the podcast, on iTunes and on Podbean and everything like that after the fact too. So we want to give a big shout out to everybody that listens throughout the week as well. That's a big support to our show. So
you ain't know that.
Yeah. So with that being said, I do want to do a quick intro. And Strizzy, I think I wanted to hear about your weekend, man, and how you're doing.
No, good, man. I'm tired though. One of my really, really good one of my oldest friends, him and his now wife got married this weekend. So I was in Vegas since Friday, just got back yesterday. So I was honestly in the room chilling, didn't realize it was already 6 o'clock, man. Time was flying by on me. So but man, we had a lot of fun. It's always a good time watching two people you love. You know what I'm saying, walk down the aisle together, you know what I'm saying, and agree to spend eternity together. So I was in just extremely good spirits and just complete happiness like all weekend, you know what I'm saying? So it's great seeing people you love be in love and things of that nature. So shout out to my boy Alan and his new wife Alicia, man, and I can't wait for this next weekend because I'm about to be on another trip, you know what I'm saying, for a week or so. So should be some fun times.
Yeah, for sure. That's what's up, man. Definitely shout out to the newlyweds. Doing it in Vegas, you know what I'm saying? Doing it that style is really dope. So That's what's up. And like you said, when everybody's there for a good occasion, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to bring the drama, everybody's just happy and uplifting. It's a great, you know what I'm saying, a great energy to be around. So that's what's up.
For sure.
I do want to welcome in one more member of our show for today, and bring in our third member of the panel, our brother Mad Marcus. Marcus, what's good?
What's up, everybody? 250, man. That's crazy.
You feel me?
I know. And I'm so happy to have you with us for episode 250 because, you were the one that got us started. You know what I'm saying? We came through. You were like, you can use my studio. You can, and you've been supporting us ever since. So we would not be able to get it started without you, man. So thank you so much all those years ago, man. We were like, let's get it done.
Always, man. We found, so that's no problem, man. That's crazy because I don't really do my thing no more. So it's just too busy. I'm back to get on some kind of way, keep my juices going,
For sure.
I do get back on there, but yeah, 250. That's a big deal for y'all. Congratulations to both of y'all for being consistent because it's many days I know you could have been like, oh, we ain't gonna do it this week. We ain't gonna do it then. You kind of fall off, but y'all have been. No matter if you're out of town now, you make sure that it's rolling. So that's good stuff.
Yeah, man. For sure. That's the one thing Striz and I are like, all right, if we're gonna do this, like, let's try to just see if we can keep it moving. So thank you so much. And anything we can do to support your podcast, let us know, or doing your thing, whatever you're doing. We know you're very busy, but I know whenever you do go live too, you get it popping too. You get a lot of people checking you out. So that's what's up, man.
Yeah, we'll get it back up.
That's what's up. All right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and get this thing started. I'm going to pull up our graphics and go ahead and get us into the first topic of the day. We're going to do the old school.
Every time we see that, Striz is so small, man. That's
I know. It's crazy.
It's like a before and after for Strizzy Fitness. You know what I'm saying? That's the commercial right there.
It shows a 250. Yeah, man. That's crazy.
No, it's so funny. Just talk about real quick in Vegas or whatever. That burger spot on Fremont. It's like if you weigh like 103.50, you eat for free. Or if you weigh 350, you eat for free or something like that. It's like the heart attack burger or whatever.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So there's a restaurant on Fremont Street in Vegas. It's called like Heart Attack Grill or Heart Attack Burger or something like that. And there's a scale on the outside of it. If you weigh 350, you eat for free.
Dang.
It's like their gimmick. And Like, so everyone on Fremont just like walks past it, jumps on the scale quick, see how much they weigh and everything. And there was like, obviously like within my group, like I weighed the most. The closest person to me was like 213, you know what I'm saying? And like right now I think I was at like 231 or something like that. So it was just, dog, I'd never in my wildest years would have ever thought I would have even reached 200 because I've always been really thin, and real skinny. So even like dudes like walking past, like, looked bigger than me, but it was, a lot more fat than it was muscles. And they were like, God dang, dog, like, like ain't no way it's supposed to be broke. And I was like, I ain't broke. It's the same amount of pounds it is when I weigh myself at home too. But it's weird. Like you said, any picture I see from 2-3 years ago compared to now, it's wild.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah, you definitely been putting in that work, man. Great job. But I'm almost, I think I might be able to qualify pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? I might have to keep a little change in my pocket, but I'm gonna have to go see if I can eat for free, dog. I'm gonna jump on the scale. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, like I said, I might have to just carry like, like $1.20 in change, man. Now that'll put me over. No, but that's what's up, man. That's definitely dope. I do remember the Heart Attack Grill, like the triple bypass burger or something. Like I think they have one here, but I didn't know about the scale thing. That's super dope, man. That's a great thing. But speaking of two heavyweights in the NBA right now, one looking a little heavier on the scale so far, the Celtics up 2-0. And I guess the big question is, are the Mavericks done? Game 3 is tomorrow back in Dallas. I know they haven't, the Celtics are supposed to win at home, but the way those games went, what are we thinking? Are we thinking the Celtics got this? The Mavericks need to change, or are they done?
Not yet.
Yeah.
My bad, Marcus. I feel like every time we ask a question, me and Marcus both pause for a second to see who's gonna go first. But yeah, my bad. But not yet, right? Like Celtics did exactly what they're supposed to do at home. They won both of those games. Now I think Game 3 is a Game 7, right? Like it's not necessarily win or go home, but if they lose Game 3 too, like you can almost call it a sweep maybe, because they're already kind of down and out. I know Kyrie's not playing as good as he's wanted to. He hasn't really shot the ball very well. Luka's played pretty good in both games, but he's beat up. He was questionable for Game 2. And I think Game 3 is a must win. Like in order for them to get their spirits back up, in order for them to come together as a team and say, you know what, we got our butts beat in Boston, but we got to win at home and let's go and get Game 4 too. I think it's imperative for their mindsets, right, for their mental to get this game. So I just think Game 3 is it's just so incredibly important, man. They don't want to drop 3 in a row, that's for sure. How you feel, Marcus?
I think it's over. Yeah, you do have, like I said, you have to win that next game. But I feel like you can kind of look at the series, even though they supposed to win at home. But you can look at the series and see if they have that fight. Like, okay, they lost, but they still. I just feel like they don't have enough. They really young. They're gonna be a good team coming in there. I just think that I feel like I feel like the Celtics been there, and the whole thing about Jaylen Brown being the best player, I think it's working in their favor because I feel like Tatum he don't have to on his shoulders at this time. I think he feel like he can play freely now. Like he don't care. I think him and Jaylen Brown know he's the best player on the team. Tatum is a leader of the team. We know that. So I think but the whole world trying to be messy, trying to Jaylen Brown the best player. I think he's maturing now. I think he's cool with that. He say what they want to say. But with all that going on, I think they feeling like he can step back and play freely. And I think the last thing is I think Porzingis played a big part in the series. They weren't expecting Porzingis to come in and be effective like he is because you didn't really plan for that. They said we don't know if he's gonna play or not, but he came in like bam. Like he ready to go and he's playing effective. He's playing defense. He's doing his thing. So I think, and I thought since they play against a bigger team, they can play with Porzingis. But I think he's different. He can make a shot. He can play good defense, and he's just extra. He's like icing on the cake pretty much for those guys. I don't think they would really do that. So I just feel like I think they'll get one game. I don't know if it's gonna be this next game or the must win Game 4, but I don't feel like they'll have enough to win 4 games. So I'm gonna say Celtics win this series.
I feel that. I was laughing too. I feel like when your team is so close, like they're right there with a championship, but you're missing a piece. That piece is Drew Holiday. Just go out and sign Drew Holiday, and next year you're gonna come back and win a championship. Because that's what the Bucks did. They went out and got Drew. That very next year won a championship. Same thing with the Celtics. They went out and got Drew, but they won another championship. He had an insane game in Game 2, and then did so much in game 1 too, which was kind of eclipsed by Porzingis coming back and having that damn near perfect game.
True.
But you look at Drew's numbers with assists and his shot percentage as well. He's just been balling. He's been hooping. You know what I mean? While at the same time having to guard, Kyrie. So this team is a really good team, man. It's such a really good team.
Yeah, and Drew Holiday is such a stand-up guy. He's a great guy. Like they asked him about holding Kyrie and Luka and stuff like that. He was like, "What you gonna do?" He's like, "I'm gonna pray." Even though we all know you're a great player, like you can hold him. You know what I'm saying? You're a great defender, but his personality, who he is, he just a great dude, and he's just kind of been humble. Like I'm gonna have to pray. Like man, you ain't praying. Like you can. They gonna do what they gotta do, but you're a top defender, but.
Oh yeah,
like you said, man. I think you sub Marcus Smart for him. I think you're in trouble because he gonna make stupid plays. He gonna play good defense, but he gonna do something try to take over like he's the best player or something like that. But Drew Holiday, this type of person, he just gonna do what he's supposed to do. Play the shot when he need to do it. He could be okay, but that's a big squad. People are like, why are you the same player?
It's not. No, he's not. Right. And I like Marcus Smart, but like I said it that year with the Bucks. I was like, they're gonna win a championship this year. I was like, Drew is that missing piece. Like there's something about the point guard position that a lot of people underestimate. It's like Rondo, right? You never look at someone like Rondo as being like, oh, Rondo's gonna go out and get you 25 a game and 11 assists a game and no turnovers, but that's not what he does. Like he puts everyone in their spots. He's calm and collected. He doesn't make mistakes. He makes the right pass, whether it's 6 assists or 4, or he gets the double-double. It doesn't matter. Every pass that he makes is the right one. And we don't need to be like Marcus mentioned. We don't talk about like how good he's on defense and playing in a league where the guard is the new center. You know what I'm saying? Like the guard is what centers used to be in the 90s and early 2000s, and he's a really really good solid point guard. And he just, like I say, I must have nicknamed him a missing piece, dog. Missing link, bro. He's there.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely taking them over the top. We did talk about that, kind of him being one of those X factors for sure with this series. And I think, there's some rumblings he could be MVP if he continues to play like this. I can see it, and it's not always just about stuff in the stat sheet, which he is right now. But like you said, right. Strizzy, like, just controlling the game, controlling the pace, getting a bucket when you need it, slowing things down when you need it. He really knows what he's doing with that. And he was a big pickup for him for the Celtics. Kind of like Al Horford, but like even better, younger, more athletic, more impactful. So I love it. I want to jump on here real quick. Uncle Mark, welcome back to the show. Uncle Mark, we appreciate you coming through, commenting for us. He says, yes, the Mavericks are done. Yeah. Celtics are a very good team. It's not just one player. And I agree. They're well-rounded. Tatum isn't that guy, but he doesn't have to be, And like we were talking about Marcus Smart, like Marcus Smart was the heart and soul of that team, but that was the team from a couple years ago that wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? Right. They went out and did the pieces and did the moves that they needed to do. Including getting Porzingis, which that was, that was a blow from out of nowhere that the Mavericks weren't expecting to deal with. Yep. I think they were hoping kind of like we were like, oh, maybe he won't be really ready. He'll be rusty. He won't make an impact right away. Oh man, he came out flying in those in that first game, especially, and just seeing the way that Boston has the momentum, like that's why I kind of am leaning towards it. I agree too. I think the Mavericks are done. It'll be interesting to see how they play tomorrow, but just like they are a little frustrated, they are a little flustered, a couple things not going their way, and it just kind of slips away where it's like they have what they need to be in the game, but not to like finish the game, or at least not to be playing from behind where they spend all their energy trying to catch up. So
for sure, that's like I don't think they're gonna win right now. You know what I mean? But that's why I say Game 3 is so important. You know what I mean? Like you look at the 2006 championship, Miami got their butts beat down in those first 2 games. You know what I mean? All of a sudden it was 4 straight. Same thing. Likewise in 2014 when we beat the crap out of them and they beat us 4 straight. You know what I'm saying? It's like you never know, but like Game 3 is important, man. If they come out still flat, if Celtics come out beating them up and they have to come back to win, if they get beat down again, it's like okay, yeah, it's over. There's no chance. I might even call it a sweep. I don't think they even get Game 4. But that's why Game 3 is just so important. It's like how are you guys going to answer back to the butt whooping you took in Game 1 and Game 2? You know what I mean? So. It's tough, man, but hopefully they don't go out like that. But that Celtics team is really good, man. We've been talking about them all year. They're really, really good.
Unfortunately,
I have a question too. So the head coach of the Celtics. So was Udoka really that good of a coach? Did I say his name right? Is it Udoka?
Yeah, Udoka.
Was he really a great coach? Because this dude, I don't know. He took him back. I guess he has a better team, but does he? Is it like a more of like a Mark Jackson type thing? Like he set the team up and another guy come in and get the glory for it, or I don't know.
Not to me. Here's the only way I say that. Here's the only reason why I say not to me. This team is way different than the team that Udoka had. You know what I'm saying? Like you had Drew, you had Porzingis. You know what I mean? Like I do love that. Yeah, right. I like that Derek White has a different role now than he did then. You know what I mean? But I also look at what Udoka is doing in Houston, and what he did for Houston in 1 year. You know what I mean? Is phenomenal to me. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have great players, right? Like there's no one on that team that you're just like, oh yeah, this is who we're building the team off of, right? He had to coach those guys into believing in themselves. Really, he had a really young team there too. That's kind of why I think it's not necessarily Joe. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that he's a bad coach. I think he's a good one too. But I think Ime's a real deal.
Okay,
that's
yeah. No, I kind of agree. I do think they're different enough to where it's not like he just kind of sniped in on him, but also like with this team, like I feel like Coach Joe right now is just kind of on autopilot. Like he's like, okay, like the Mavericks haven't forced him to make any adjustments yet. So he's like, all right, cool. Like we're good. But it's interesting, like, because the whole playoffs, they haven't really been tested like that. So I don't know. I mean, obviously it's hard. It's a difficult job, but it's like he hasn't really been pushed too much. So Pop says, I agree that Tatum doesn't have the killer mentality. And Uncle Mark says he doesn't need it with this team, and that's definitely true where they're showing that. But I think that's why he probably might not get MVP, though. And is that weird for him to be like the best player on the team, but maybe not playing the best at this time?
It just shows you. I feel like they different. You know, like I said, I don't try to sound like the old man, but the best player when we was growing up, the best player on the team was the best player on the team. No matter what, he gonna do his thing. It's no question. Like when Steph Curry thing when Andre Iguodala won, that was weird to me. Like, how you an MVP and you don't win MVP of the finals? Like, it's kind of weird.
I've been saying this for probably last year. Like, to me, when I watch them both, Jaylen Brown is the best player on the team, in my opinion. If I had to watch them go 1v1 like at practice like that, I'd put my money on Jaylen every single time.
I don't know. The only reason I say that because I feel like Jaylen Brown has a cushion because Jaylen Brown, Tatum has all the pressure on him, so he's free. He can do whatever he want to do. There's no pressure on him. I feel like if you put Jaylen Brown on a team and start a team by himself, I don't think you'll see he's not the best. He's not better than Tatum. I think Tatum on any team in the NBA, if he's the best player in town, I think it's gonna show you how his skill play. I just feel like you're more free with Tatum on the team. You take Tatum out of the team and he's your team. I feel like you do the same thing. That pressure on you, you're the main guy. That's all I mean. I could be wrong about that. I feel like I wouldn't say he's better than Tatum. I just feel like he has a easier pathway than I think Tatum has. You know.
Yeah, I think the reason why I say that is because if it was like Steph and Clay, I'd be like, yeah, most definitely. Like, yeah, I love Clay, but even before the injuries, like if Clay were to go to a different team,
okay,
you know what I'm saying. But JB is so aggressive. You know what I'm saying? He can get his own bucket. He don't need anyone to pass him the ball. He's so aggressive. He can shoot from every level of the court. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing I do agree with, like as far as JT being the best one on the team is he does kind of everything, right? Like right now with him not having to do as much, we're seeing him average 10 boards a game. We're seeing him average, 5.5, 6 assists a game. So like he's kind of doing everything, and like because JB is so good, he's like that weight of like you're talking about earlier, that weight of the not being on his shoulders isn't there because like JB's just playing so well, right? Okay. I mean, like if JB keeps playing the way he's playing, if Drew doesn't get it, he is. You know what I'm saying? Like so, like I see what you're saying too, Mark. Like I don't disagree with you. Like as far as like 1A, 1B, whoever you wanted to choose, because Jason Tatum is really good. I think JB's just a better shooter. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that kind of helps too. But man, if this team somehow finds a way to stay together, take some less money, kind of the way like LeBron and Wade and them did, like this is gonna be a really nasty team to mess around with for a little bit.
I don't think they're gonna stay together.
Yeah, JB got a really nasty contract, and I know JT expecting pretty much the same treatment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Only his is going to be even bigger because the salary cap has gone up now. I think he's even eligible for more. So
for sure,
it will be interesting. But I do think that's a great debate as far as they are very close. Who's better? But I agree with Marcus. Is like Jaylen Brown's never had that pressure to be Batman. Like he's always been Robin, so he could pop out and take over a game.
Yeah.
Or if they don't win, it's like, oh well, it was like what happened to Tatum first. Like he's
for
second
sure.
in the pecking
When
order.
they don't win, but if JB, you're right. If JB doesn't have a good game, no one comes out and says like, oh well, Jaylen Brown had a bad game. Yeah. Like it could be Jason Tatum had a good game, and they're still like, oh, he just doesn't do enough. He doesn't have a killer instinct. Oh, he only had 2 points in the fourth quarter. Like, but that does happen a lot, which I don't like. Like Marcus said, like when your best player is your best player, you know he's your best player like at all times, right? So
you can't shy away.
Yeah, like that's the one thing. You don't write KB 24 on your Jordans and stuff like your shoes and stuff. Like you better go out there and act like it.
Exactly, take over.
Yep.
We'll see. I'm hoping the Mavericks get back on track though. We'll see, but I think this is they're in danger tomorrow night.
I'm in danger.
Yeah, for real. Tomorrow night we will find out for sure. But this is the rest of the schedule, and again, it's kind of whack, man. They're supposed to be the finals on Father's Day. Like if it's Father's Day time, there's supposed to be a game that day.
Yeah.
So that all the dads out there can watch it with their kids, but you know what I'm saying, dad can have something to himself, but they didn't make it line up this time. I'm disappointed in that. They're gonna have to get it.
Have me in Puerto Rico mad because Boston champions. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, true. Yeah, that's right. They can't spoil your vacation, though. They won't.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. One real quick last topic. I wanted. We'll have plenty of time to debate on this, but Dan Hurley came out over, kind of going into the weekend that he was the Lakers' favorite and started leaking all this stuff. They had multiple meetings, two interviews, and then a phone interview. Hurley's like going back to say, I'm going to decide and see what happens. He came out yesterday saying he will not join the Lakers. Marcus, real quick, would you have liked that hire, and why do you think that he turned that job down?
I really would have liked that hire. That would have been a cool thing, but I also see why he didn't take it either.
Yep.
That's a big jump to go to those guys and deal with those guys, So I think he knows he won't have enough control. I think he's gonna be better to be a coach. And at the end of the day, we know LeBron's a coach over him anyway. So I think he probably heard some of the conversations with someone, like different things, was going to happen. And also probably the thing with Bronny getting there, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he had to deal with that. And then you didn't really want to deal with that if Bronny comes to the team, which I think he might do it. And you got to deal with all that stuff and all that. It's not really about the team anymore. It's about LeBron playing with his son and things like that. So maybe type of player, the type of person he is, I think he probably didn't want to deal with that kind of stuff like that. So he probably said, "Nah, I'm good on that."
I feel it. Yeah, I think that is part of it. Which I don't know. As being like a Laker person, being like a meathead sports fan, I'm like, well, if you didn't want the job, like, cool. You know what I'm saying? You weren't the person for the job in the first place. Like, if that was gonna be too much pressure for you, but also like I was just a little bit disappointed that like the way it came out and it started leaking out. And, both sides were kind of like freely talking about like, yeah, this is what we're setting up. Like, this is what we're discussing. I feel like they had already contacted him, right? And if he wasn't going to do it, like, keep that under wraps. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let us like come like the way it was coming out. I guess to me, I thought like, oh, this is going to happen. And like, because they wouldn't even be talking about it like this. But also too, as a Lakers fan, it makes me feel like, well, whoever they hire, they're going to stand up there and be like, this is the guy for the job. Well, obviously it's your second choice. Like, it ain't even the one you wanted. So it already kind of puts like a negative slant on whoever they do hire. So, but I definitely agree. Like the Bronny stuff, just the jump, like the fact that he's like got it made in college right now, like I can see why. So it's like, don't even let it get that far then to me. But obviously he had to weigh it all out.
And was the money that big of a difference? I don't think the money was that big of a difference either, was it?
I don't know. Apparently
he was going to be a top paid 6 coach in the league.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the money was going to be big.
And like long-term deal too. So where it's like, even if it didn't pan out after 2 years, like he'd still be super paid. But Pop says that was his thoughts exactly. He didn't want to deal with the LeBron Bronny stuff. Yep. And it is true, but it's like, dang, we need somebody good, We need somebody. I was excited.
Yeah, he would have been a really good coach, I think.
But that's the thing, though. That's the thing. I don't think LeBron really wants a real good coach, though, because you can't do what he want to do,
Right. Yeah.
So that's why I think you can't have a good coach. 5 years, 70 mil. Ooh.
Right.
I would be gone.
In LA.
Like, yeah.
In LA too. Yeah.
You know, it's funny, AW, you said something about like, the next coach up, they're gonna this was our guy, but obviously he wasn't because you picked somebody first.
Right.
JJ Redick said two things two things. One I liked, one I didn't like. He talked about that he was thinking about not taking it because of the circus show that the Lakers kind of brings, right? And that's one of the things I like because it is true. Like everything Marcus said at the beginning, is accurate, right? Like, kind of what they've been going through. Why is this team so talented but can't win because they got the West Conference Finals last year, right? But so I agree with that, right? There's like the circus show, like the Bronny stuff, trying to make Bronny better than what he actually is to get drafted higher, which is I think is dumb to me, right? And the second thing I said that I didn't like was he had talked about like how he wouldn't want to be the Lakers coach now because he's second. He didn't want to be someone's second choice, and it's like, man, if you don't get your non-coaching, saying never been an assistant head coach, having ass out of here with that. I was like, man, come on, bro. Like you better take that job if they offer it to you. Like
that's his reverse That's his reverse psychology already. He's trying to be like Lakers. Y'all gonna have to come after me and prove it to me.
Yeah, dude. So that also pissed me off too. But I just kind of feel like too, like right now where LeBron is in his career, I don't really think he's competitive anymore. I think at this point he just really wants to play with his son one last year, teach him what he can, show him the ropes, and then he might be out next year. And if I'm a coach, I want nothing to do with that. The bragging rights of saying I got to coach LeBron James is over for me. Like I just feel like I could care less anymore. I honestly probably wouldn't want anything to do with LeBron at this point because you're right. LeBron has too much pull everywhere he goes. It's almost like he can't really be a coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like Ty Lue, that's one of LeBron's really good friends. Like, lucky for them, they meshed well together. But if they didn't, Ty Lue's ass would have been out too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to play with a guy like that because if you're not playing well, you're traded. If you're not coaching well, you're cut, you're fired. You know what I mean? That's a lot of pressure for someone who's not an all-star player or a big-time coach to have. So I think going for the three-peat played a huge role, but I also think not wanting to coach that team also played a really big role, just not wanting to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel it. I do feel you. But it's crazy, though. So I guess the solution is you got to just hire LeBron to be the coach. If you're the Lakers, go all the way in. You know what I'm saying? Just be like,
coach his son.
He can be the player coach. Do it like the old school. You know what I'm saying? For one last year, go on his retirement tour. But I do get the sense, and I hope I'm wrong, that like the Lakers really won't be successful until LeBron's off the team, which is crazy to think that way. But it's like that's where we're at with it, which just sucks, man. Because that right now, Tinseltown, the Lakers, the branding, they love having LeBron, but it's not helping us,
It might sound funny too, but I think that winning that bubble championship ruined the LeBron Lakers too, because he thought they didn't have that hunger. I think he had so much hunger to win because I'm in LA. I think if they didn't win that one and they came back to regular basketball, I think that fight would have been him and AD to get it. And they would have probably got 2 championships, at least 2. But I feel like when they won that, they were like, oh, you know what I'm saying, we good. Like they fought, they tried to get it, but it wasn't that hunger no more. I think that hunger left them, both of them, when they got that championship in the bubble, because it was like that's gonna be the hardest championship ever to get. Like people say it ain't, but that's the hardest thing to get, and they won it, and it's like, oh, okay, they were satisfied, I think so.
Yeah, I that's a great point, and I totally agree. Like that next summer when AD signed his long-term extension and was no longer going like on the player options like 1 year to year, I was like, oh, he good now. He just won his money now. He got his ring. He's like, okay, I'm comfortable, and it has been a different kind of feeling since then. So, dang. Pop said, I read that JJ rubbed some of the players wrong with his "I'm the smartest guy in the room" attitude.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that too, and especially like kind of Strizzy like just talking about the comments, but it's like I don't know, like he's gonna have to start somewhere, and that's a pretty big job to start with. So
that's the why
it's crazy.
Why I don't like it. Like you got to start if you're gonna go straight into coaching, right? Like no assistant coaching job and nothing like that. Like it's like the Lakers job, the Celtics job, even the Knicks job. Like that's just those aren't jobs you want for your first coaching job. Like the Knicks is a rough place to play and coach in. You want that to be your first job? Like, I don't know.
Have you guys,
especially,
have you guys seen any of the clip yet? Clip or whatever it's called? The Clippers with the owner?
No, I seen the commercial for it, and I was like, man, Is it good?
Yeah, I know. I give people a chance, but it's so terrible, man. It's so
I
not
love
good.
it.
And it just
Oh, man.
if we weren't basketball fans and grew up seeing that, I think it would be for a regular person who don't know basketball, it might be good to them. But when we see certain people who supposed to be that person, it's hard to get into it because you look nothing, you don't play nothing, you don't sound nothing. It just I think that the concept of it could have been great, but I feel like I don't know, man. It's terrible, man. Like it's not even close to being good. It's horrible, man.
So I hadn't heard about it until I saw people roasting it and like showing like some of the players and the actors that are portraying the players. And then I saw a preview for it and I was like, dang, this looks bad.
Just
like
do me a favor.
rough.
Just watch the first episode. That's all you gotta watch. And I mean, it had me in tears because I'm like, y'all were really like they were really trying to do certain. You can see what they were trying to do, but it's like no, like I love Lawrence Fishburne. Like I love him from what Love Got to Do with it and all that kind of stuff. And he's a great actor, like, playing somebody else. You know, he did a great job, but he was supposed to be Dr. Rivers, man. And it's like wow, like it's I just want to see you guys. I can't watch no more, man. It's very terrible.
Now I'm gonna watch the first episode just so I can have a laugh with you on that one. But
I don't know if Spikers watched it, but if y'all watched it, man, am I too hard on it or something? But it's very bad.
We'll have to see. But because I was about to say you're gonna surprise me if you say it's good because just from seeing the preview, I was like, man, that looks rough. And it's funny though because the Lakers HBO Showtime with like the Jerry Buss and Magic, like that show was fire. And it's like the Clippers are like, oh, we can make a show with our controversy. It's like, nah, don't even try that. Don't even try that.
Man, I don't know. You can Google it, but Google who the guy is playing Jamal Crawford. Like, if I'm Jamal Crawford, I'm suing, dog, because it's like,
I'm gonna see if I can find it.
The HBO one's like it's fun though, because it's like
they put the time in it, man.
The time it's exaggerated. They got really good actors, I think, to play the majority of the roles. Like, dude who's playing Magic Johnson to me could be his brother, dog. Like,
but it also is older players. Because those guys, we didn't grow up seeing them guys young. The guys they try to play now, they still playing. Like some of the guys are still playing. Somebody just retired, like the Matt Barnes and the Chris, like Steph Curry and DeAndre Jordan. All dog, you can't do that stuff right now, man. Like I would have those guys play themselves at least. They can do that.
Right, for real.
Dang, I can't find it.
They gotta cut Steph's beard off to play a role and stuff, just make him look a little younger.
Yeah,
dude, that's so funny.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go that way. We kept talking about JJ Redick. Like, he's in there too, and it's like the dude is super. The dude playing JJ Redick is super tall. I'm like, he don't even look like JJ Redick. Like, what's going on, man? Like,
now I gotta watch it, even just for shits and giggles. Now I gotta watch it.
yeah, for sure.
It's on Amazon. Was it on again?
It's on. I think it's on Hulu.
FX.
It's on Prime.
Is it on Prime?
No, I think it's on Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna throw it up here real quick. I found one, and then after this, we do from Pops that we're gonna play. But
all right.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back one. I'm gonna show you guys. So this is a clip from it.
Yeah, so that's Chris Paul with the ball in his hand. That's DeAndre Jordan in the middle. And that dude right there is supposed to be Jamal Crawford.
That's terrible.
No, the dude on the left is Jamal Crawford?
Yes.
Dang.
And the right back is Chris Paul?
The dude with the ball in his hand is Chris Paul.
Why Chris
Is that
Paul?
actually Matt Barnes back there, though? Is that supposed to be the...
No, and the funny part about it is the dude, you see over here, the number 11, that's supposed to be Klay Thompson. He look like he's a Mexican, dog. It's terrible, man.
Why Chris Paul and DJ look the same height? Chris Paul's in the back.
It's crazy, man. It's
like they can't even have like little logos on their stuff either. They're just like, we can pull it together. We can make it happen. That's so funny.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I do want to welcome Kelly to the show. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the show. Stephanie says got a good thing going on at UConn in terms of Dan Hurley. And I agree. Yeah. But that reminds me, I think the last point I want to make on it, and this might just be me being salty, there will be no three-peat. I'm telling you right now, based on that little thing, that little interaction, there will be no three-peat. I'm just putting it out there. That's just the feeling I get. You know what I'm saying? Don't mess around. The basketball gods aren't going to like that. So no three-peat for UConn after that. All right, we're gonna play this clip. Hopefully, we'll be able to hear it. But we got Pops on here, and let me know if you guys can hear this. If not, I can try to hire it up. Good? Nothing?
Okay. I ain't anything yet.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can do this a different way.
Good evening, gentlemen, and good evening to all that are joining in. This is Marvelous Marvin. I'm unable to be on the episode tonight, but I thought I would join in and send a little rant to the gentlemen. And also I want to say congratulations on episode number 250. You guys do such a great job, and I thank you for allowing me to be a part of the show from time to time. So, this is my message to Alex, Strizzy, and Marcus. I just want to say that I am truly saddened that you youngsters really did not get to see MJ play in his glory days. As I have said many times before, there is no question that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player in the history of the planet. No one else is even close. He single-handedly dominated the NBA for 10 years. But let me get to the point of my rant and not get off track here. Michael Jordan, and please listen to this, youngsters. Michael Jordan is the only player in the history of the NBA to lead the league in scoring, win MVP, lead playoff scoring, win playoff MVP, and be first-team defense all in the same season, and he did it 4 times. End of story, end of debate, end of all arguments. Thank you all. I love you guys.
Great debate.
Good evening, gentlemen, and good evening to all.
Hold on. My bad.
This is Marvelous Marvin.
Okay.
Can I say one thing to respond to him?
Of course.
I'm gonna make it real quick. So we say he's all those things, but can we name? I would say name 2 or 3 of the same person in his position or the same person in his era, like he guarded whatever like that. They made the Hall of Fame. He didn't play against anybody. It was easy to play defense against those people. Like there was nobody else great like him. Like, or of course he was the greatest, but I don't feel that he guarded anybody that was like up there with him. To me, like he said, he was the best ever. Like it was nobody that kind of like that was up there with him. Like teams that was on the half to me in the Eastern Conference, there was like only 2 teams that was compete with them. And that was the Pacers, which they were later on his thing, and the Knicks. I think those were the only 2 teams that he had to really battle against. I don't think he played against anybody else. Utah, like who did you go against? He didn't do nothing with Karl Malone. You had Byron Russell. So I just feel like he is the greatest, but I feel like he played in this era right now. I think he still will be great. I think he still will be top because he was a dog. He had that fight in him. But I think he'll have more competition in this league right now. That's how I feel about it. And then the thing about it is he came in the league not supposed to do anything. He surprised everybody. LeBron came in there with expectations from the start. He had the most pressure on any player. I don't care what nobody say, if anybody, and he's still playing right now at a high level. Mike couldn't play at this level at his age. He just didn't have it in him. So that's why I don't think he's the GOAT. That's my opinion. And Mike is good. I won't say if he's your GOAT, then cool. I won't argue with that. But I could give you mine. Like LeBron has the most points ever. He was in the shoe first. Case closed to me.
I feel it. I love it. The Pops, that's his favorite debate for sure. And I know Strizzy, I know you're still Jordan camp too. And those are some great statistics, but I do agree with you, Marcus, as far as like the competition. Like he definitely dominated the competition that he was up against. He held a lot of people away from, getting their championships. But at the beginning, he had to kind of get through the bad boys, and at the end, it wasn't just the same. So I do think that longevity and stuff like that has different values based on how you're evaluating the player. So you can see it, multitude of ways for sure.
Yeah, I'll always be I don't think anything will ever impress me more than like LeBron's longevity and his ability at that longevity. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit still amazes me today. Like, I feel like right now he's just playing to play. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that competitive spirit is just no longer there. And then if it is, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's not there no more.
Yeah, like when I watched him with Miami, watching how good he was defensively and finding his post game. When Spo was like, "You gonna play in the post? Like, just do this one favor for you, really, because it when he's in the post now, he's really unstoppable. You know what I mean? And he's an amazing player. Like, I don't really argue with too many people either. When they're like, LeBron's the GOAT, I'm like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could easily make as many arguments as you want to make your case. Just like anyone who believes MJ is the GOAT can make their case as well. Like, they're both phenomenal players. You know what I'm saying? And I was lucky enough to watch both of them. You know what I mean? So that's what's up.
For sure.
I can't say that we ain't watch him in his prime. I watched him in his prime. I think we only got to watch him in his prime. I don't think I'm wet behind the ears, man. I've seen the guy.
Pop was 37.
He's convinced that we were able to understand.
We seen the guy. I seen him play. I watched ESPN. I was watching in the finals and the commercial and Burke, and we got wasted. He gonna hit this shot. I was like right there looking at that. So, but it did my last thing. I was with MJ all day too. Mine just changed like 4 years ago. Mine just changed. My decision changed from that. I was like, ain't nobody gonna ever be like Jordan. But when things
I don't think it was 4 years ago. It might have been sooner than that. I remember when you changed it. I don't think it
just changed. And like I said, things happen. I see different things, and it's just different. Like when you get older, you see different things. I just feel like he didn't play against people like LeBron played against. That's all I can say.
And I will say that, like, Michael Jordan's legend status, like the way things came together, 2 3-peats, the shoes, the Gatorade, the commercial, the phenomena, that all can never really be touched again. Like that part, I think that is the view we see him through too. So I think that definitely contributes.
Nobody will ever have shoes better than him.
Oh no, that's fact for sure. I think one of the biggest things about it too is I do somewhat agree with I do agree with Marcus's take on like who Jordan had to play against, right? Like obviously he wasn't going against Steph's and
Kevin Durant, Curry, and
exactly. Like he was never going to guard those
Kobe,
but like right. He didn't get to play against Kobe in MJ's prime, you know what I'm saying? But like I think it's the dominance. Like that's what it was. It was like it didn't matter who was in front of him. Like whether they were a good defensive player or not, whether the handshaking rules or not, like offensive player, it didn't matter. Like it's the dominance. It was just that like his competition in his time was what it was, and he was just so ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? It was like damn, like we can't fault him for that. Like he just. Like the dudes he had to go were also NBA players. We talk about them, but if they were to get on a court, you know what I'm saying? Like they still probably shoot our lights out, whether we think so or not. So I just think it's crazy.
Yeah, I do believe too. If LeBron had a dog, I never thought he had a dog in him. I thought he was a nice guy, but I think if he had a dog like Kobe and Westbrook had, I think those are the only guys I think that was left that had that same thing that Jordan had. If LeBron had that.
It'd be even crazier story.
If LeBron had that,
he wouldn't have lost that many finals. Give you that.
8-2. He would have the only 2 finals losses I think he would have had were the 2 Spurs losses. The first Spurs loss and the last Spurs loss. I don't think he loses any others.
Yeah.
I feel it. Uncle Mark says lots of great players, Mike, the most exciting of all time. So many great defensive players in that era. Kelly said, just realized it's 250. Congrats. And then she said, when is the pizza eating contest? We did say we were going to try to do one, but
I thought August was doing that. That wasn't me. I almost died doing the wings, so I know I can't do no pizza.
Right.
I'll watch y'all do it, but I can't. I don't know about that.
I feel you. We got Pops, Moms, and
how old is Uncle Mark?
Uncle Mark is Pops' older brother.
Oh, so you can't argue with those guys, man. I'm not gonna spend my time doing that, man. Because he went to Dawkins and Akeem and all that, and he didn't say Hakeem. He went to Akeem. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna try, man.
Rick Mahorn and everything. Yeah, they're ganging up against us. They're ganging up against us.
Yeah,
Speaking of against us, August is ready whenever. Yeah,
I bet he is. I want to be there. I can't do it. I ain't trying to. I know he'll beat me. Nah, we do the squares. I'll do it with y'all, but the slices, I can't do the slices. I'm gonna lose.
Oh yeah, the squares. We could pile up the squares and try like that. That way we could get bigger volume. You know,
be a little bit less too, less bread. You know what I'm saying? Because usually on a thin crust,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, we can make something happen. We can make something happen for sure. All right, let's jump to some other stuff. Real quick, I do want to get y'all's opinion on Scotty Scheffler. One thing, he won the Memorial this last weekend. He's now won 5 of his past 8 starts. But we have also, in the meantime, the charges were all dropped, with that whole thing that happened in Kentucky. But Marcus, what do you think about Scheffler going into the U.S. Open? You think he keeps it up and potentially can win the U.S. Open?
I think if he wants to, I think he can win it. But I think it's gonna get to the point where I don't say he's satisfied, but I don't think he's gonna be going in like I think he showed the world, like, if I really want to win this, I can win this thing, So I won't be surprised if he win it, but I think he can do it. I'm gonna say, if I'm a bet man, he gonna be top 4. He'll be there if he don't win it. So, but of course he gonna go in. People think he winning it. But I want to say something really quick about the tape that was released. Like, I see why it was dropped, and I think they really have to. Something bad could have happened to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we understand why he did what he did. I'm gonna say I understand what he did. You know what I'm saying? So in your head, you're not thinking you're gonna get arrested. I'm a number 1 player in the world. I'm just trying to get to my tee time. I'm not hurting anybody. I've been waiting. I don't know what's going on. I'm just trying to get out the way. So, like he said, he didn't see the guy who his arm, he wouldn't have did that, because we all know Scheffler. He's a nice guy. He's not gonna do it on purpose, But these guys didn't know who he was. The tape shows that. They're like, oh, and he didn't say anything. He could have said, hey, you know who I am? Like, not trying to brag, but you know who I am? It could have been like, but he didn't say anything till he got to the actual jailhouse. Like, they said, oh, you the number 1 player? He's like, yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like, these cops, whoever working these, not just in golf, but in sports, if you're gonna hire these guys, let them guys know. They gotta know what's going on, who these guys are. At least a top 10 player, like at least top 10 people, you should know who they are. Like, if this was LeBron, it wouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying? And Steph Curry, they would know him. Like, come on, man, you work in a golf tournament, you should know who these guys are, especially the number 1 player. Like, it could have went bad because you've been trying to be macho man. You know what I'm saying? So I hate stuff like that. This kind of jacked up how he did him like that, because he's a nice guy. And I really think some of this stuff got to do with the actual world trying to stop him from being who he is too. Like, they trying to stop this guy from winning, and he's still gonna win. Like, It's kind of jacked up, man. Because all this stuff could have came out right away. They waited. Oh, we're gonna wait till all this. Nah, man, you should have been came up with this kind of stuff, and the charge should have been dropped. But that's my little rant on that. But that's really jacked up, man. Kind of messed up.
I'm trying to add to the rant too, because, like, the officer was I can't remember if he was suspended or not, but I think this is about him being, like, he was definitely reprimanded, right? Because he lied. Yeah. He lied. Yeah. He both lied. But when the first video came out with when he basically was like, Scotty Scheffler basically ran me over, I was like, dog, he wasn't even going 3 miles per hour when he drove off to the side, and he stopped immediately.
Yeah, it's like he was getting over.
Dog, yeah, he literally just moved off to the side, and he stopped, and dude, like, ran after him, then punched his window in. So he broke Scotty's window. Like, dog, I'm sorry, bro. Like, it was like, dog, you bold-faced lied on the number 1 golfer in the world, said he did all this stuff, and not a single thing that you said happened.
Right.
Like, so of course the charges were gonna get dropped. I was just waiting for him to be dropped. It took too long to be dropped, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? It took way too long, dog. Like it was crazy to me to see, like, the video and hear everything that dude said, especially because his camera was off when it was never supposed to be off in the first place.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know, just another cop, abusing his power, you know what I'm saying? And whether he knew or didn't know who Scotty Scheffler was, the way he acted was just completely unreasonable, man. And I don't know, it's crazy. He said Scheffler blacker than Tiger now. I said it. I'm weak. Weak. But, like Marcus was saying, man, Scotty's such a good guy, dude. Like, I was so mad that like, because that ruins your your mental, right? Like having to go to jail, come back, and then have to play. Like, come on, man. Like, and he has such a good first day.
Yeah, and you got people that don't watch golf talking about, oh, the justice, look at all this kind of stuff, and some of that stuff shouldn't even happen. Like, he should have even got arrested. First of all,
exactly.
It should have been like, oh, what's your name? Oh, Mr. Scott, make sure you we have an accident, somebody passed away. That's why we're doing kind of stuff. Can you next time kind of watch what you're doing? Go.
Exactly. That's it.
Yeah. But I think that is so true to like some of those situations where somebody's like in a position of power and all of a sudden they're like, I'm doing my job all the way. Like you're not, like how they even told him like, oh, you're going to jail today. You ain't going nowhere. Like, it's like you're doing too much, man. He tried to be the Paul Blart super cop for sure,
For real.
But like you said, Marcus, like different things could happen out of that are just like not warranted. So, sometimes it's like just pump the brakes, reassess the situation. It's all good, But yeah,
on those nightsticks too, the back, how they're meant to break windows, like shatter them super easily. What happens if he gets glass in Scotty's eye? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, just be lucky that more didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he was in a PGA car too. That's the crazy part.
Exactly.
So you knew it was something
on the vehicle, dog.
Oh man. Ghost is over here on all kinds of crazy stuff. He did that low-key gangster. That's too funny. But all right, I think one more thing I did want to talk about, or two more things really quickly. We'll make this one really quickly. The Utah hockey team is getting their names together and they've narrowed it down. So I just want to know between us and the Slackers, which one would y'all pick? This is the Utah Venom, Utah Outlaws, Utah HC, Utah Mammoth, Utah Blizzard, or Utah Yeti. Which one of those?
For sure they leaving. They definitely gone.
Oh yeah, it's a wrap.
They're gone. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Venom. It'll be mine.
Utah Venom.
I like the Yeti. Utah Yetis.
Utah Yeti. I think I like the Outlaws. Dang, so we all have different ones.
What's up? That's good.
Mom says Blizzard.
Okay.
The only thing I don't like about the Blizzards because there's the Colorado Avalanche already, and then Utah's right next door. So it's like, I don't know, but it might end up being the Blizzard. Kelly said, I like Utah Blizzard. There were some other suggestions out there that were some funny suggestions. We got 2 votes for Utah Yeti. That would be a cool mascot too, though, to see the.
That's
Yeti
what I'm saying. I think the mascot, it's super cold there. That's why I was going through like Blizzard and Yeti, but I feel like from a mascot perspective, I think that'd be dope.
Yeah,
that's definitely the most. That's why I want Utah's sister wives. I'm weak, bro.
Oh man, they would dominate.
Oh,
they got the deep roster. I think Outlaws would be cool too, but I don't know. I like Wild West type themes. But
yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, they're definitely gone, Marcus. They're gonna have a chance to potentially buy in at another like expansion team in like 5 years. I think it is. Yeah,
5 years.
So
I'm surprised they can keep the same Coyote though. I guess no Coyote was there, Marcus. But yeah.
Well, they could have, and I kind of thought they might too. But when this dude sold out, he retained the rights to the Coyotes name. So they said you can keep the name in place, and then if in 5 years, if they have the stadium and they have everything together, basically they'll open up a new franchise again. It'll be a new franchise, but it'll be the Coyotes again.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it didn't work out here. I'm really surprised about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of loyal fans, and they just literally were getting their stuff together about the stadium finally, and that's when they kind of pulled the plug on them. So
yeah,
we'll see.
That was the problem. Too little, too late. It was like you should have did this 3 years ago.
Yeah, for sure. All right, the next debate. Well, we might not have time for that. Let's talk about this one real quickly. This is a quick news item. The new date for Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. And like Marcus, like we've been saying, there's still hope that it won't happen. I hope it doesn't happen. But did y'all see the pictures of Mike after, he's looking older, man? I'm like, I don't want this to happen.
Yeah.
But, Mike got a text message from Jake Paul, man. That's what that was, man. He knew he better get towed up over there, man.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Jake Paul said that, look, there's still time to back out. I want to do it to you.
I think they can still make a little bit of money doing some more promotion and stuff, and then hopefully another excuse happens to push it back again or just cancel it. You know what I'm saying? But
I just feel like Mike has everything to lose. He has nothing to gain from this. Nothing. He ain't got nothing to gain from it.
Exactly.
If he wins, he beat Jake Paul. If you lose to Jake Paul.
It's a lose-lose.
He's not beating Jake Paul. He's not doing it. That's what, they should have just made this like a celebrity type of thing. Why are you making like a real fight? Like y'all make it should be like a 1 round thing, or maybe how many seconds he can stay in the ring or something like that. But don't make it a fight. No. We know he can't fight no more, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And like he's gonna go in so aggressive. Like I just know his cardio is not the greatest, and Jake Paul's cardio it's impressive. Like I'll give it to him. Like his cardio is impressive, man. Like,
well, there's no doubt he's gonna be 30 years younger than him too when they get in the ring. So
that too,
he's gonna be, he's in his prime shape. So that's crazy.
Who is Joey Chestnut?
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that right now. Actually, I have something for that. Uncle Mark and Aunt Debbie's on here now saying Mike, no doubt, he's so tough. See, so we got more pulling for.
We're not even gonna argue with them, man. We're not even gonna do it. We won't win.
Okay, so we'll end it right here. Joey Chestnut, thank you, Kelly, for bringing this one up. So Joey Chestnut is the dude that wins the hot dog eating contest every single year. Well, he has actually been banned from the competition this year. He will not be allowed to be in the 4th of July Nathan's hot dog eating contest because he is actually got sponsored, or he took a sponsorship deal with a vegan product, like a meatless product. I think it's Impossible. I think it's Impossible meat. Yeah. So he's now a sponsor for them, and so he's been banned from being in the Nathan's. He can no longer participate in the hot dog eating contest because it's real meat. But I think that's a little bit sad. Why is he banned?
You can't ban him if he wasn't gonna eat it anyway, right?
Well, like he wanted to get in. He went to he tried to qualify or register, and they're like, no, you're not welcome no more. But I don't know if it's because his sponsors blocked it, or is because they were like, you're representing meatless and we're Nathan's hot dog, so I don't know.
But the thing about it is, Joey made that relevant. Like before, if he wasn't winning like he was winning, we wouldn't even care about this little contest anyway. Right. So how you gonna ban me? I made who y'all are.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Come on.
The only people that win in this are the other competitors because they can finally have a chance because they will be eating like 10 less, 12 less. But I think you're right though, Marcus. Like they should make an exception for him, or they should be like, you bring an Impossible hot dog and you eat those. Some kind of thing like he gets a special you know what I'm saying? He could go under those conditions.
I bet they're Impossible what they did and pay him some good money for him to do that too. So man, get your money, get your bread.
I think he thought he was gonna be able to do both, and now he's like, dang. But he took the check. I think so. He's straight. Less pressure on him, I guess. Though it's like he's been doing it. I'm sure he needs a rest. So we'll see. But man, the 4th of July tradition won't be the same without Joey Chestnut after he's been dominant so many years. So.
Drinking a whole bottle of Pepto-Bismol is crazy.
That's the first thing he do afterwards.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Bob says no way, it has to be real meat.
Right, for real.
That's funny. It don't count the same.
Thanks, Uncle Mark.
Oh yes, thank you, Uncle Mark. We appreciate you. Thanks for jumping on, and thanks for helping celebrate 250 with us. We appreciate everybody rocking with us as always. And we got some more little schedules and things to do like that. I think one other thing we were going to debate, but we have plenty of time, is Caitlin Clark not making the U.S. roster. That was one of the other things that we want to talk about. But I'll just we'll talk about that next week. We'll kind of just tee that up. So be ready to have you guys' thoughts in the comments on that one. But we'll have a nice little debate about that. And then nothing really too crazy going on with sports. Christian McCaffrey's gonna be on the cover of Madden, so we'll see how that works out. Hopefully, it's not a jinx. But yeah, everything else is at least in week 6 or whenever the Cowboys play them. So, but we'll see on that. But until next time, for sure. Thank you guys so much for the support, and we'll be back next Tuesday. But for now, that was episode 250 of Say Like a Champ. It's your boy A-Dub.
Hey, where's Susie?
If you didn't watch it, go watch Bad Boys. It's good.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. Okay, that's the vouch I needed. We're gonna make it happen, and that's what it is. So go check out Bad Boys, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace.